Well, hello folks. Welcome back to the channel. It is all about racing. In this particular episode, we're going to take a look at the number 19 Dodge. I believe this was an Intrepid, driven by Jeremy Mayfield, made by Action. And I believe this car dates back to 2001. Anyhow, that being said, this throwback version of it is resplendent in black with lime green, and especially these really cool green wheels that you have on it. Now, Jeremy Mayfield is probably one of the most controversial drivers ever in NASCAR due to alleged drug problems and his feud with NASCAR, ongoing suspension, so forth and so on. However, that being said, Jeremy Mayfield raced in the NASCAR Cup Series for 17 years, competed in 433 races with a best finish in 7th of 1998. His first win was the Pocono 500 in 98, and the last win the GFS Marketplace 400 at Michigan in 2005. He had only 5 wins, 96 top 10s, and 9 poles. Not fantastic. In the Xfinity Series, he had 36 races over 6 years, had 0 wins, 5 top 10s, and 0 poles. Here was the big problem. In 2009, Mayfield was suspended by NASCAR for a failed drug test. A federal judge lifted the suspension after he fought it in July of the same year, but then again in later July failed a second time, and this for the last time, suspending him from the sport. This was the end of his own race team at that time, as he was forced to sell it. Now, his own stepmother criticized his drug problems, and they feuded over several years. She was later arrested for trespassing and assault on his property. In 2012, facing bankruptcy, he was evicted from his 388-acre spread, and in 2014 was convicted of 2 counts of possessions in drugs and stolen items. In 2014, he released a video of the Mayfield story to explain the substance abuse controversy from his point of view. He continues to race today on dirt tracks up until 2020. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you haven't seen this, and if you're not familiar with Jeremy Mayfield, there is a Dodge Octane number 93 commercial that you can see on YouTube. It runs about 32 seconds. It is the best commercial I have ever seen, period, in any form of any type on the air today. You got to see it. It's really cool. He's picking up a girlfriend of his who sprays herself with gasoline, oil, wax, you know it, jumps in the car and says, "How do you like it?" Something like that. And he goes, "Love it, baby." And they take off in his NASCAR car. It is really, really cool. Check it out. It is fun. The girl is gorgeous. He was great. Really cool commercial. Anyhow, that being said, this is this car. Now, this was an Action car. It didn't come in a big old fancy box. It's rather plain Jane. And if there's any car in my collection that I really value, these Dodges would be it, because they were just about as good looking as a stock car as you could get. You know, I heavily criticize all the other cars, which I just thought were butt frickin' ugly and just terrible cars anyway. One reason I really don't like NASCAR. But nevertheless, here's a throwback with this Dodge number 19 car, and as you can see, it's resplendent. It's beautiful in every way, guys. These 1 in 24 scale models are really, really well done. The presentation is spectacular. One of the cool things is that the hood's open, exposing the engine detail, which is pretty spectacular. The undercarriage detail is even better. The trunks also show the fuel cells. And here's a look at the rear of the car along with the fuel cell, which you can see right there. Really, really nicely done. See your local Dodge dealer. And then, of course, you flip to the underside. There's what you see. Sticker tires, suspension, exhaust, drive shaft, everything. Very, very cool. Very, very cool and very, very well done. Anyhow, guys, that concludes this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Check out the Jeremy Mayfield story, and you can see that commercial on YouTube. Do watch it. See you next time.